Hello everybody, my name is Dave. I'm going to be doing a video here comparing a couple Dobros. At this time I happen to have three very nice Dobros, very different, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to make some recordings for everyone out there and for myself, because I probably won't have this many different kinds of Dobros at one time in the future. So this is something for everyone and myself to kind of compare kind of the old, the modern, and the affordable. So yeah, I'll start with the most affordable one that I have here. This is a Wechter Scheerhorn. It's a Scheerhorn design. Tim Scheerhorn makes very, very nice, expensive instruments. If I sold all three of these and then sold my car, I could probably afford a down payment on a Scheerhorn. So it's the Scheerhorn design on this guy, and a company named Wechter. They made they had some imports coming in, and they kind of set them up in their Indiana shop. Very pretty guitars, sound pretty good. They are no longer being made, so you can get one of these guys on eBay or used. Sometimes you can find one for probably around or under $600. So that's the Wechter Scheerhorn. Next one here is a 1974 Dobro. I believe this is an OMI model. Actually, it's 75, I think. Anyway, this was kind of it for a long time until things started to change in the late 80s, I understand. Very thin. It's one thing that always strikes me about these guys is they're very thin. 3 holes there, kind of got the slotted headstock design there, which all three of those, things can kind of cause problems. But this one's been hot rodded a little bit. I put a Beard Legend cone in here, so it's very loud, very bright. But yeah, very nice. And you can find these guys, depending on the year and depending on the quality, anywhere between $600 and $1,300 in that range. And this is a local builder here in Nashville. The company's name is RedLine. That's their headstock and logo right there. I'll put a link to their site since they're the only ones that are functioning and making Dobros out of all three of these. They're the ones that you can contact if you want one. But let's see, very big, very beefy instrument here. This is definitely a modern style Dobro. It's all open in there. I actually just got this one back from the RedLine shop, had them do a little bit of work on it. The strings are very high off the body. If you look at the nut here, you'll see that it's very high, and that causes a lot of string tension to come down on the cone right there. So, modern instrument. I hoped to get as good a sound quality as possible on this recording, but in case I didn't, in case you can't really tell, I'll go ahead and describe what I feel is the difference here. This one is obviously got the biggest sound. It's the loudest. It's got the most bass, and it's got the most snappy kind of top end too, because of the body size, because of the build. It's very sturdy, and also because of the string tension and just the modern style. This other one right here probably has the most kind of nasally sounding, Dobro-y sounding, old style, vintage sound. It's got the sound well in there with the holes, not a whole lot of upgrades aside from putting a new cone and a spider in there. The strings are not that high off of the fretboard, especially compared to the RedLine. So it's a lot quieter. But it's also one of my favorite sounds. Between the three, the RedLine and the OMI are my favorite. I love this for its big, beefy, modern sound, and I love this for its kind of nasally vintage sound. And this one's a little bit in the middle of the road. It's maple, so it's a little bit harsh sounding to me without the low end, so it's kind of got the modern open sound, but without as much low end or kind of snappiness or top end as the RedLine. Now, all three of these, or even other ones, a lot of other cheaper ones, if you're going to gig, you know, they'd all be perfectly fine. If this is going to be your only Dobro, that would be great. You know, they're all wonderful instruments. It's just getting down to the nitty-gritty there when you're starting to nitpick and choose which one's right for you, or if you can afford it, you know, go for something nicer, or you know, it's all up to you. But all three are very nice, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the audio clips that I made. I know I'll probably refer back to them.